There we go. Hello, Becca. I have
Hi.
Rebecca Tomlinson here. Rebecca is from the fundraising team at the Royal Castle Lung Foundation, and I wanted to bring you on. Thank you for coming
Thank you
because we
so
want to
much for
chat a little
having
bit.
me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you
Excited.
so much. I have another guest creeping up on me here. Say hello quickly.
Hello.
Oh, and another one. But anyway, we're going to talk about something really serious, guys. We're talking about something really serious. Say hello quickly, just quickly, very quickly. Say hello and then go.
You see?
And then I'll call you back in a
Hello.
minute. Yeah?
See you in a minute.
So, guests, guests of honor there.
Oh.
So thank you, Becca. As we said before, it's not going to be, it's probably not going to be our usual podcast, meeting, anything like that, because the kids will be running around in the background. But thank you for joining me, because I think it's really important that we talk about lung cancer and fundraising and raising more awareness, especially of the Roy Castle Lung Foundation. As I was saying to you a bit earlier, we chatted just before we started recording that lung cancer, I don't think it's talked about enough. People do know that I did lose my dad last year to lung cancer, quite suddenly actually. And I think it's just important that we talk about it because we were saying before, we think there's a lot of stigma attached. And obviously, you're talking about sort of labels and things like that this year, which I'll let you talk a bit more about that you guys are working on. But yeah, we think it's kind of, it's sad really because I didn't know much about it and I didn't know what it was like to really be around someone with lung cancer until I lost my dad really, even though I work in the hospital.
Yeah.
I think it's just, yeah, we said like people don't go to the doctors about it because maybe they are smokers, but quite a lot of the time people aren't smokers that suffer with lung cancer. So I think that's a bit of a connection there that you don't have to have been a smoker. It
Yeah.
can be secondary causes and things like that. So do you know a few figures about in the UK about lung cancer? Got any there for me?
Yeah. So even though you said lung cancer, not many people know that much about it. It's quite our colour, cancer awareness colours, it's actually white or invisible. I'd say that's
Mm.
because it is known as as an invisible cancer. Not many people know about it, even though it's actually the third most common cancer in the UK. So 49,000 people get diagnosed each year. And unfortunately, it's also the most common cancer death in the UK at the moment, with 18,600 deaths per year. So it
Yeah,
is a massive, it's considering it's so present in people's lives, it's estimated that one
yeah,
in three people will be affected by lung cancer, whether that's being diagnosed themselves
yeah,
or having a friend or family diagnosed. It's still such not many people know who we are, and we
yeah,
think it's because of the
no,
stigma.
yeah.
Definitely.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why our campaign this year for Lung Cancer Awareness Month is Let Go of the Labels. So we're encouraging everyone, including primary care, to let go of labels such as smoker, non-smoker, never smoker, because
Yeah,
it's unhelpful. It delays diagnosis. Like you said, we said
yeah,
people who smoke may not want to go to the doctor because they might be ashamed, which they definitely shouldn't be if they do have a
yeah,
cough or any of the symptoms. And people that have never smoked or are non-smokers, they may go to the doctor with, for example, chest pain, back pain, and the doctors will say, "Oh, you're okay, you're healthy," and it delays diagnosis because
yeah,
they might actually have lung cancer.
yeah. And it's interesting you say that actually, because when I do things at like work and I do assessments at work, they on the forms, like we take subjective history and things from someone, and it says smoker, how many a day, or even like alcohol, how many units
Yeah,
roughly. And so then again, people don't tell you because it's that stigma attached to it. So I think you're right there. I think letting go of the labels, and we've got a long way to go with that though, I think, because I think there's still a lot of people that won't go to the doctor or won't say openly that they smoke a packet of 20 cigarettes a day because they don't,
yeah, they
you
don't
know,
want to say
don't want
that.
to. Yeah,
Yeah, habits are
yeah,
such a personal thing. It's not just smoking, but using
yeah,
smoking, it's what people do to cope sometimes, and it can be hard
yeah,
to say
exactly.
that, especially in a healthcare setting.
Absolutely. No, I think you're right. And yeah, I totally agree. I think the letting go of labels is a massive thing. I'd love to see what kind of the outcome of that will be, actually. And in terms of sort of affecting families, as I mean, I know, having it was my dad, it wasn't me that suffered it, but obviously it has a massive impact. Like any form of cancer, any diagnosis of any description has a huge impact on on people, but you know, particularly families. I mean, you know, if you're caring for your ill, you know, your relative that's poorly, or seeing them go through that, or sometimes unfortunately the eventuality that may come, which unfortunately is lost sometimes, hopefully not all the time, but you know, all of that. I mean, how do you affect, you know, how do you as a charity sort of help families around you said you work is it all around the UK that you help
Yes, we're
families?
based in
Yeah,
Liverpool. Our head office is in Liverpool, and then our lung cancer information services are based in Glasgow, but we do support people nationally with lung cancer. Quite a lot of, sorry, on this page.
that's all right. No.
Quite a lot of one-to-one support, and then also group support for people. So as mentioned earlier, we have a Ask the Nurse service where people can call up and speak to a specialised lung cancer nurse. They're there to answer any questions, but also provide some care and comfort during that time, because it's incredibly scary for everyone involved.
Yeah,
Although times are changing and we are seeing an increased survival rate for people who do have lung cancer, hearing that diagnosis it can turn your world upside down.
yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely.
the nurses are there to support people. We also offer a lot of informational booklets and leaflets. This said in person, they're not in person, like we can send them in person, and then
Yeah,
also on our website so people can take their time and read all about it. And we want to make sure we're providing information.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah. And then we
yeah,
also have a lot of group sessions as well. Around the country. We've got quite a few cancer support groups. Like we're saying, lung cancer can feel quite isolating because of the
yeah,
stigma attached, because of how difficult like it can be to even
yeah,
say you have lung
absolutely.
cancer to somebody, because we have quite a lot of supporters that can get so frustrated when you tell someone you have lung cancer and the first thing they say is,
Yeah,
"Oh, it's a smoke." It could be quite
yeah,
frustrating. So having that place to go and talk about it
absolutely.
with people has been really
Yeah,
helpful.
absolutely.
We have a lot of
Yeah,
patient stories on our website that you can read through, all about our support services and things as well.
yeah. Oh, brilliant. So people can go and have a look on there.
Yeah. I don't want to speak, for our patients, our supporters, but
Yeah.
lots of them are on the website. And as part of our campaign, we have so many patient stories. I think it might be around in the 15 to 20 mark, maybe more.
Okay.
Either people who have lost loved ones to lung cancer, or people who
Yeah.
are had lung cancer and now well, or people who are living with lung cancer at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's great. I think it's brilliant to have those support networks out there. And I wasn't actually I didn't realise that you had those sorts of support groups, because a lot of places do, like a lot of, you know, charities do, and they have their own branches of support groups and people that run them, like volunteers that run them and things. But I wasn't actually aware that the Royal Castle Lung Foundation had that. So that's good to know, because I think people will, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe tap
definitely.
into that, hopefully.
It's all on our
Yeah.
website. Lots of information
Yeah,
about it.
brilliant. And in terms of so how the charity works in terms of sort of volunteers. So I know that you're part of the fundraising team, but
Yeah.
do you have people that they can sign up to be a volunteer and do different things with the charity?
Yes, we've got lots of different fundraising events, not just in Liverpool, but most of them you can find in
Yeah,
Liverpool. For example, we have head office volunteers that come in. We do a lot
yeah,
of challenges and send a lot of things out so people can come,
yeah,
help with posting, help with the packing, and help in general,
yeah,
like on the computers and things. We also, across the
yeah,
country, do bucket collections in right now in train stations, but hopefully in supermarkets soon as well. And people can
yeah.
volunteer for that and hold a bucket and spread awareness. Anyone that wears the t-shirt, they're spreading awareness. Oh, sorry, get it up there.
I've been wearing mine. I'll tell you what, it's the only day I haven't worn mine.
Seriously,
Out of
every
all of them,
time.
I'll be wearing it every day. I was like, oh no,
Yes.
I got to put it on. And yeah, I've been living in them pretty much. And it's sort of like so anyone that's being affected by lung cancer, or has a family member with lung cancer, or just I don't know, we're saying basically just reach out to you guys and just see if they can get the information from you. I mean, you're very nice and lovely, and I can imagine everyone else is there as well.
Yeah.
And I think I think the thing is with things like this, when massive trauma comes to people's lives and it does, like you say, turn people's worlds upside down, you just need that friendly conversation, be able to have that sort of open, honest conversation, you know, and say, you need help, or you want a bit of support, or is there anywhere I can go, or is there anything I can do if you're a family member that suffered, you know, or seen someone that struggled. And have you got anything else that you want to add, Becca? Is there anything on your long list of pages that I know you've prepared?
I know I should have bullet pointed it. I've done it in paragraphs, so I'm like, oh, what am I doing?
I can see you scanning it. I was like, oh.
No, it's like, what am I doing? I think I've mentioned about this Lung Cancer Awareness Month's campaign.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
important things. Also wanted to mention our targeted lung health checks that are available.
Oh,
at the moment, we've it's been in as trials for quite a while, but this year it was announced that it's national now. So anyone who's between the ages of 55 to 74 who has a history of smoking will be invited or should be invited to attend a lung health check for free. And in the trials, it's been really successful. The people who have been diagnosed with lung cancer from this, 76% of them have been at early stages where it's more curable rather than treatable.
Oh my God.
Because not many people know about it. I think by your reaction, you didn't know about it, yeah.
Oh, well, that's quite important to say then. So people, will they be invited? How will they be invited? Through their GPs, or how will that work?
Receive a letter, or if not, I think it's definitely worth getting in touch with a GP to say, am I eligible for this? I've been pestering my mum and dad, being like, do it now. To get it checked, because it's so useful. And we've had quite a few people who are now advocates of ours who were diagnosed in these health checks.
Oh gosh, that's amazing. So over the age of 70, did you say?
It's between 55 to 74. We do want
it's even younger, 55 to 74.
Yeah, with a history of smoking. In an ideal world, it'll be everyone, but for the moment, we are got to start somewhere, and
you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, it's been a massive success, and we're really grateful that we've helped the NHS with the rollout of these.
Yeah. And will some of the fundraising money go towards helping to run that, or the cost of that?
Yeah, I think it was going towards the campaigning for it. But we don't receive any government funding, so any fundraising and any donations we get, it goes towards all of this, everything I've mentioned.
Oh, so everything, so like people like myself doing fundraisers, that's where most of your money comes from to run.
Our fundraisers and volunteers are the backbone of what we do. They are the reason we can continue all of this.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's even more important then in that case, isn't it? I mean, I keep pestering people, every little helps, but it actually is in these cases, and especially with the smaller charities. Like we all know of the bigger charities. I'm not going to mention any names, but being a smaller charity, I mean, you must heavily rely on people like me jumping around like a crazy person trying to raise some money.
Definitely. People fundraise in such amazing ways. At the moment we're running a swimming challenge called Swim in the Distance, which is a virtual fundraising challenge, and people have been amazing on that. I'm just seeing everyone's progress swimming, and someone did a mini vlog the other day. Things like that, they get people's attention, and that encourages fundraising. And we're really grateful to anyone that just kind of like shouts about us.
Yeah, good. And I think I think it's really important. That's what I said to you, wasn't it? It's like trying to raise any little bit of awareness really that can help a family or anyone just be more aware of lung cancer, maybe go and get themselves checked because they think, hang on a minute, okay, I'll just go and get myself checked. I know I might be a smoker or not be a smoker, or whatever your situation, but at least you might actually get the courage to go, okay, I'll go and get myself checked, or even be able to tap into the sort of the screening. So what did you call the screening again?
The targeted lung health checks.
Targeted lung health check. I think it's really important. I'm going to put that down actually when I write some of the bits about our chat. So the targeted lung health check, I'm writing that down as we speak on here because I know that I'll go away and I'll forget the name of it again. So for 55 to 74.
74, yeah.
Okay, and it can be anyone is it predominantly smokers then though? They've had a history
Yeah,
of smoking.
anyone with a history of smoking, that if you've smoked
Okay.
in your life, yeah.
Okay. So I will make a note of that because I think that's quite important. So I'll put that up as well. And is there anything else you want to add there, Becca? Because I think, that's quite a good amount of information there.
Yeah, definitely. Just thank you. And please, anyone listening, please fundraise.
Support me. Come on, just support me
Any
on the
support is
charity.
great. Any
I mean,
advocacy, anything, any visibility
yeah.
is incredible.
Yeah. No, brilliant. Thanks for talking, Becca.
Yeah, thank you so much.